Not sure I deserve such a wonderful welcome, but I appreciate it. And good afternoon to each of you, and welcome to everyone here that has filled this ballroom today. We are so glad you've joined us for today's CSC Special Awards Luncheon, a time to come together and celebrate the outstanding individuals who make our CSC community so special. It's truly great to be back here in Orlando, surrounded by friends, colleagues, and leaders from across the world of college sports communications. And for me personally, it's an incredible privilege to help recognize all of today's honorees, those that have gone above and beyond in their service, leadership, and impact on our profession. We have a wonderful program ahead, so let's go ahead and get started. As we start today, let us recognize several legends that we have lost since the convention last year. Jason Behenna, Regis College. Wayne Block, Christopher Newport University. Herb Harnett, University of Maryland and the University of Pennsylvania. Fred Huff, University of South Florida. Dave Kellogg, U.S. Air Force Academy. Bob Kenworthy, Gettysburg College. Tim Tollekin, University of Connecticut. Please join me in a moment of silence in honor of our friends and colleagues we have lost this past year. The 25-year award is presented to CSC members who have completed 25 years in the sports communications profession. At this time, I'll ask the 2025 recipients to gather at the base of the stage. First, let's recognize those not able to be with us today. Steve East, Central Arkansas. Stephen Gorchov, Hofstra. Tom Gilbert, Kansas State. Dan Lukes, St. Norbert College. Colin McDonough, Northeast Missouri State. Dick Quinn, Williams. And Kurt Svoboda, Washington. For those in attendance, as I call your name, please accept your award and line up on stage, remaining there until the entire class is assembled. And as all of you know, our CSC president, Kevin Trainer, is up here on the stage to welcome everybody. Rob Bentley, Ferris State. Paul Capobianco, Wisconsin. Jeff Conrad, Houston. Drew Dickerson, Atlantic 10. All right, I'm going to give everybody a break on the clapping, and we're going to just keep going, and then we're going to clap at the end. And my fault for not saying that earlier. Steve Fink, South Carolina. Scott Flanders, UC San Diego. Brian Friedman, Vanderbilt. John Fuller, Buffalo. Scott Good, Harding. Marlene Navor, Auburn. David O'Brien, Binghamton. Trevor Parks, Youngstown State. Dwayne Peavy, DePaul. Greg Royce, City University of New York Athletic Conference. Mark Simpson of the Big South. Greg Sankey told me I could just say Jill S. from the SEC. Skartarzik, I know how to say it. Jim Steffen, Belmont Abbey. Affectionately known as Suds, John Sudsbury, All-State Sugar Bowl. Blake Tim, Pacific. Joe Vanden Acker, Lawrence. Tim Volkman, RIT. Larry White, Alabama. And from the SEC, Tammy Wilson. Here. Put them together? Oh. Come on, Kevin. Well done. Congratulations. I did know how to say it. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Congratulations. Part of CSC's mission to engage and empower members, develop exceptional leaders, and promote and enhance our profession. Two most important initiatives, the Inclusion Fellowship Program and the 30 Under 30 Awards, help do just that. At this time, I'll ask the members of this year's Inclusion Fellowship and the 30 Under 30 recipients to gather at the base of the stage. In partnership with the Knight Commission on Intercollegiate Athletics, the CSC Inclusion Fellowship represents a year-long initiative with monthly sessions centered on how to champion an inclusive culture in the workplace through leadership, mentorship, and inclusive best practices. This year marks the 4th CSC Inclusion Fellowship class consisting of 11 participants. At this time, please welcome Scotty Rogers, Chair of the Inclusion Committee, and CSC at Large Representative Travis Jerome of Jackson State, who will join the class of 2025 fellows on stage. The entire class is listed on the screen, but for those in attendance, come forward, receive your certificate, and gather on stage and remain there until the group has been assembled. Once you receive your certificate, come on up. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 Inclusion Fellows. Created by the Young Professionals Committee and voted on by committee and cabinet leaders within CSC, the 30 Under 30 program began in 2022 to recognize emerging athletics communications professionals at all levels of college sports in strategic, creative, and digital spaces. At this time, I'd like to invite Young Professionals Committee Board Member Liaison Kelly Gonzalez and Committee Chair Kristen Keller to join me on stage to congratulate this year's 30 Under 30 class. The entire class will be listed on the screen. And for those in attendance, please come forward to receive your certificate and join us on stage and remain up here till we get the entire group assembled. I know everyone joins me in looking forward to what these incredible young folks in the class of 30 under 30 will do going forward. Congratulations. Next, we'd like to take a moment to recognize the recently announced CSC scholarship and grant recipients for this year. Their names are once again on the screen, and if you are present, please stand up at this time. Congratulations to this year's recipients. Now, we're going to take an opportunity to recognize what makes CSC so special, its members. I look forward to this part every year because there is no shortage of volunteers, hard workers, colleagues, friends in this room that go above and beyond. As I share a number of categories, please stand if you're part of the group and remain standing until all categories are recognized. If you received a convention attendance grant this year, please stand. If you served on a CSC committee or divisional cabinet this year, please stand and stay standing. If you participated in the mentorship program, stand up. Did you give a shout out to a friend or colleague during Membership Appreciation Week? Join the group in standing. Please stand if you'd entered your work in the Fred Stabley Senior Writing Contest, Creative and Digital Design Contest, or for the ChangeMaker Innovation Award. If you participated in the Volunteer 15 program or ran the 5K, please stand. If you participated in a CSC webinar, podcast, or networking event, or Inclusion Fellowship, stand up now. If you've won a CSC Special Award in the past, were a Rising Star, a 25-year award winner, Hall of Famer, 30 under 30, and all other awards, please stand up. If you successfully nominated a CSC Academic All-American or an Academic All-America Hall of Famer this year, stand up. Did you vote for an Academic All-America team in your division this year? Please join the group. Congratulations to each and every one of you. This right here is what makes CSC so great. The Fred Stabley Senior Writing Contest recognizes top writing and storytelling from current CSC members. If you were named a district winner for this year's Fred Stabley Senior Writing Contest, please stand. For all national award winners, we invite you to join us on stage now. Again, our district winners, please stand and congratulations. Joining our national winners on stage is CSC Third Vice President Matt Panto of the Ivy League. Unfortunately, the authors of our 2 national stories of the year are not able to be with us, but this year's winners, Jerry Price and Larry Happel, represent the best in university and college divisions. Of Love, Sorrow, and Cancer, written by Princeton's Jerry Price, tells the powerful story of 3 Princeton University women's soccer players united by personal experiences with cancer and has earned the Story of the Year honors in the University Division. Earning Story of the Year honors in the College Division, Just as Good, If Not Better, written by Larry Happel, chronicles Central College baseball player Colton DeRocher's remarkable journey to becoming the school's career home run leader, despite being born with only 1 fully formed hand. Congratulations to all of this year's district and national winners in the Fred Stabley Senior Writing Contest. Okay. All right, for those of you that I'm going to call now, please come up and get your certificate. Claire Cruz, the University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. Larry Happel, Central College. Antonio Arredondo, George Fox University. Jordan Mojeski, Gustavus Adolphus College. Will DeBoer, Salisbury University. David Cataloni, University of Massachusetts, Boston. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give this group a round of applause. Excellent work. Let's talk ChangeMakers and innovation. The ChangeMaker Innovation Award was created to recognize forward thinkers who bring new ideas to life and strengthen the position of CSC members and our work. Today, we are recognizing the 2025 winners and their staffs on the stage. Please come forward to accept your awards, and joining our winners is CSC's Second Vice President, Patrick Crawford of Purdue. The winners this year include Willamette's Chris Sabato and the staff of the University of South Florida, led by Carl Schmid. Although Willamette's, it's my fault, Willamette's Chris Sabato is unable to be with us today, we want to recognize his automated play-by-play spotting charts. This innovative solution drastically reduces the time investment of building a spotting chart to less than 10 minutes. Building a series of coding through custom-built Python scripts, this innovation provides a crucial tool for streamlining workflows and maximizing efficiency, directly addressing the challenge of balancing pre-game research with other essential duties. As the University of South Florida embarked on launching its inaugural women's lacrosse program, the communications team seized a unique opportunity to educate and inspire. Led by Associate Athletic Director Carl Schmid, alongside Micah Banks, Sharn Muffett, and Clark Stanton, they developed Women's Lacrosse 101, Growing the Game, a dynamic social media campaign designed to demystify the sport and ignite enthusiasm among fans. Their innovative approach exemplifies how strategic storytelling can foster community engagement and elevate emerging programs. Congratulations to these true change makers. At this time, I would like to invite all finalists for the CSC Creative and Digital Design Portfolio Contest to the stage. In the 2024-25 Creative and Digital Design Contest, we saw an astounding 2,160 submissions, representing a growth of 125%. This is our second year for the portfolio contest and our first recognizing Videographer of the Year. A total of 25 schools and conferences are represented by our group of finalists. Joining our portfolio contest finalists are Chair of the Creative and Digital Design Awards Committee, Patrick Murphy of the Colorado School of Mines, and Committee Board Liaison, Matt Panto of the Ivy League. Congratulations to the finalists of the 2024-25 Portfolio Contest in the categories of Designer, Photographer, and Videographer of the Year. We'll give them a minute to come on up before we go ahead and announce this live. All right, we will announce live the winners of the Creative and Digital Design Portfolio Contest. As we call the names of our winners, please step forward if you are present to receive your award. And now, the University and College Division Designers of the Year are, from Kansas, Parson Covington. And from Wayne State, Zach Belsky. Our University Division and College Division Photographers of the Year are, from the United States Air Force Academy, Emily Collins. And from the University of Ottawa, Amir Atley. And finally, our University Division and College Division Videographers of the Year are, from BYU, Maddie Alphin White. And from Lynchburg, Micah Adams. Congratulations to all of our contest finalists and winners. The full contest results for all categories will be available on the CSC website later today. And at this time, we'll let our honorees head back to their table. And sorry, we're going to take a photo first. See, Barb's still down there bossing me. Let's go in front. Go ahead. And now, for real this time, we are going to enjoy lunch, enjoy your tables, and we will begin the program again shortly. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Have we had a great week? For those of you counting, today is Wednesday. It is Wednesday, so. As has become our custom over the past several years, we want to take a moment to recognize the incredible people who have supported us throughout the week. Their hard work behind the scenes makes all of this possible. So at this time, please join me in showing our sincere appreciation to the wait staff at the Orlando World Center Marriott Resort. Please come forward. Thank you for your outstanding service. Thank you so much. You've made the week enjoyable, have taken care of us, so we thank you very much. Thank you. This year, we would also like to extend a special thank you to the amazing team at Freeman. Your expertise and dedication have played a vital role in bringing this entire convention to life. Let's give a big round of applause to the men and women behind the scenes from Freeman. You want to thank the people that have control of your microphone, so make sure you do that. Congratulations to all those who have been honored so far today. It's done my heart well to see this stage full of award winners of various types. And a big part of what we do is honor our members. So let's get back to the rest of the program and continue to recognize some amazing members and their contributions. So please welcome back our host for the rest of the award show, a true professional, a CSC Hall of Famer, and my dear friend, Amy Yacola.
Just really excited he called me a true professional. Fair enough, fair enough. And because it's on the prompter, I'd like to thank Kevin and congratulate him on the tremendous job he's done this past year as president. In all seriousness, congratulations, Kevin. You've been wonderful. The CSC President's Award is presented to an individual selected by the current CSC president and honors exemplary volunteer service and leadership within the organization in support of programs that benefit CSC members. The 2025 winners of this award are, for outstanding commitment to CSC Young Professionals Committee and to CSC's Academic All-America Committee, Danny Garillo of Davidson. For outstanding leadership of the CSC Career Services Committee, Shelby Hild of the Missouri Valley Conference. For outstanding longtime contributions and leadership to CSC and to the athletic communications profession, John Paquette of the Big East. And next, Will Rolson of the College Sports Communicators for exemplary leadership and commitment to CSC during the 24-25 academic year as interim executive director. outstanding leadership of the CSC Division III Cabinet and commitment to CSC professional development programming, Allie Paquette of Middlebury College. For outstanding leadership of the CSC Division I Cabinet and his 2024 Membership Appreciation Week promotions, Mike Mahoney of Penn. And presented earlier today for developing and coordinating new NCAA Division III Athletic Communicators Emerging Elite Program, Katie Mucci of the NCAA. Winners. Let's give them one more round of applause. Next, we're proud to present a very meaningful honor to someone who has been instrumental to college sports communicators for more than 16 years. She's frantically looking through the script right now to try to determine what is happening. But Barb Koval has devoted herself to this organization with passion, professionalism, and heart. As she prepares to retire this August, we are thrilled to recognize her lasting impact on CSC and the entire college sports communications community. Tonight, this afternoon, we're honored to present Barb with the CSC Distinguished Service Award, a tribute to her incredible contributions and the legacy she leaves behind. Barb, congratulations, and thank you for everything. No. I mean, I don't know what you were thinking, like you were going to get away that quickly. Your leadership, mentorship, and tireless advocacy for our profession have shaped CSC in ways that will be felt for generations. As you prepare to close this extraordinary chapter and begin your next, we'd be honored if you'd share a few reflections on your time with CSC and the legacy you leave behind. And just so you know, there is nothing else on the teleprompter other than Barb's remarks. Go ahead.
All right, thank you so much. That's really meaningful. I think service sums it all up, why we're here, what we do in our world, and I can tell you right now that you know that I'm not short on words, but I am going to be short on words. The one thing that was really funny about 12:03, I got a text, and I'm like, oh no, now what, right? What's happening now? And it was from, I have a text thing with like staples.com or whatever, because I'm a member, and it said, look, 3 reams of paper, special thing, $17.99. I went, delete, not going to need to order that coming up down the line. So I thought it was kind of ironic that it arrived right at the final event that I'm going to be part of. And being part of this has been so meaningful, like I said. I look out here, so many friends, so many colleagues, so many folks that have just uplifted our profession. You're the best storytellers. You know, I started out as a storyteller, and on campuses, Division III, Division I, and then coming here, I hope that our staff, along with some of one of the best staffs I've ever worked with, and I hope that you feel and sense how much you being part of our organization means to us. We want to do the best for you. We want to advocate for you. We want to lift you up professionally. And I've been able to develop amazing, amazing connections, amazing, amazing relationships. And it's hard for me to believe that this is coming to an end. But I do want to leave you with two things that I think I hope that it might inspire some of you, or at least know why I do what I do. And I know that you all share probably a lot of this. But I have a couple of quotes that I tried to live by, and one of them is, perseverance is the key to success. And I've said that since I've been in high school. And I've been on the ground floor of women's athletics and trying to get coverage for them, and seeing the explosion is unbelievable. I was on the ground floor of, you know, being 20 women maybe here, right, Shelley Poe? Maybe we had 20 women to start in CSC, and I mean, COSIDE at the time in the 80s, and to see how it's magnified and the opportunities for women, opportunities for minorities in our profession. That's why we do what we do. Perseverance is the key to success. And then the other thing I want to say to you, and I know some of you that know me know that this is my favorite phrase, is that you must be the change that you wish to see in the world. And that's a quote from Mahatma Gandhi, and that's how I'm trying to live my life, and that's how I hope that I've made an impact on this organization and all the professionals in the room. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Barb, and certainly two well-deserved standing ovations. Let's turn our attention to the screen for our next award.
The Bob Kenworthy Community Service Award is presented annually to a CSC member for civic involvement, community service, and accomplishments both within and outside the athletics communications profession. From the University of Toronto, and current CSC First Vice President, Mary Beth Challoner is this year's recipient. Mary Beth has helped countless individuals through her work in the Good Shepherd Ministries Project, a downtown Toronto charity providing food, shelter, and clothing for homeless and vulnerable people. Mary Beth also volunteers with the Good Neighbor Project, which is a Canada-wide initiative where volunteers go shopping for people with compromised health and seniors and single parents with no one to look after their children while they are out. A former ice hockey student athlete at Toronto, Mary Beth also volunteers as a youth girls hockey coach with her niece's team, and she is part of numerous levels of volunteerism within CSC. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 Bob Kenworthy Community Service Award recipient, Mary Beth Challoner.
Amy.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You have dedicated many hours to service, as we saw in those pictures, both inside and outside of the profession. Talk to us about why it's so important to serve others and why people should say yes to giving their time outside the office.
Well, I give back what I've received, and but this was instilled upon me at a very young age. And I had a single mom who was raising 3 young girls and stepped outside every chance she got. We had to give back to the church. We got involved with the church. She got in all of our organized sports to make sure that they were run properly and her girls had a place to play. And again, as a single mom, we took on families each Christmas who had less than she did, which sometimes, looking back, seemed a little bit crazy. But we got boxes and gifts and stuff for those who really couldn't afford it, and we would deliver it to their home so they had something on Christmas morning. So it was instilled in me at a very young age that whatever we had to give back, that we should give back to our community.
It's beautiful. Let's talk hockey.
Hockey.
You played competitive at a high level.
I did.
And now you have the opportunity to coach youth hockey, inclusive of your 2 nieces.
Yes.
This past March, you helped lead them to the U13 championship. I'll open it up. How rewarding was it?
That might have been my greatest hockey moment of my career. And it was pretty outstanding. So quickly, I'll get into it quickly because it's a great story. So we went into overtime. So actually, I lied. We were at 1-0 going into the middle of the third. They scored, tied it. They went up 2-1. So you're allowed a timeout in the championship round. So I called my timeout with 48 seconds left, pulled the goalie, scored to tie the game, send it overtime. We go into 4 overtimes, and you have to do your full rotation. No one can skip a turn. Everyone has to take their turn. So we were on in our 4th overtime. My niece and one of our stronger players and 2 other girls were out there, and she scored the winning goal with 7 seconds left. So my niece ended I'm going to take a pause in retirement. So she had the game-winning goal in the 4th overtime of the championship game to win it. So yes, it was wonderful.
Storybook. All right, Mary Beth, we're going to see you back up here, but ladies and gentlemen, Bob Kenworthy, Community Service Award winner, MB.
Thank you very much.
We're going to take a sneak peek at our next award winner, the Lester Jordan. We're going to take a look at our next winner for the Lester Jordan. Bob Shreve was unfortunately unable to attend today's luncheon, but he did send us a short acceptance video.
Named after the program's founder, the Lester Jordan Award is presented to an individual for exemplary service to the Academic All-America program and the promotion of the ideals of being a student athlete. Gannon University Assistant Director of Athletics for Media Relations, Bob Shreve, has been an active supporter of and contributor to the Academic All-America program since June of 1992. Bob served as a district coordinator from 1992 until 2009 before moving up to become a national coordinator for 2 years. When the program expanded in 2011, Bob began working with Division II and continues to serve on the program's publicity staff. His 40-plus year career includes serving as an SID at Mercyhurst, Edinburgh, and Gannon, and his 33 years of work in the Academic All-America program, well, that has earned him an award named for the program's founder. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 Lester Jordan Award winner, Bob Shreve.
I'd like to first apologize for being unable to attend to accept the Lester Jordan Award. That being said, I would like to thank those individuals who chose to honor me with this award. Ever since John Maddock asked me to be on the committee in 1992, the Academic All-America program has meant a great deal to me, and I have tried to be an advocate for the program with student athletes. I don't think there's a more meaningful award than combining academics and athletics. On several occasions, I thought it was time to step down, but the program means a lot to me. I encourage younger SIDs to get involved. Please know I cherish the Lester Jordan Award, and thanks again for this honor.
Congratulations to Lester Jordan Award winner Bob Shreve. And now our next award is the Achievement Award. Please turn your attention back to the screen.
The CSC Achievement Awards are presented annually to one University Division member and one College Division member who have served at least 10 or more years in the athletic communications field and made outstanding contributions to the field of athletics communication while providing exceptional service to their institution, conference, or athletics affiliated association. The current Athletic Communications Associate at Middlebury College, Dane McKee, has 20-plus years of experience in athletic communications, including stops at Ohio Northern University, Kenyon College, the College of Worcester, Christopher Newport University, Case Western Reserve University, and Middlebury. Having worked hundreds of NCAA and conference championship events, McKee's CSC involvement includes current work with the Career Services Committee and Membership Recognition Committee, as well as previous involvement with the Goodwill and Wellness and Publications Committees. In 2019, McKee earned the NCAA Fall Division III and D3 CIDA Recognition Award for Outstanding Storytelling. 2025 College Division CSC Achievement Award recipient, Dane McKee.
All right, Dane, in 2019, you took a 2-year break from college athletics, and then you returned to Middlebury. What made you decide to come back to the college communications profession?
Do you ever have that itch that you can't scratch, but you know it's still there? That's kind of what happened for me. We lived in the Middlebury community. I worked for the Postal Service for 2 years. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional because this is very meaningful to me, but excuse me. I worked for the Postal Service for 2 years, but there was always that itch, that scratch that needed to kind of just be, worked upon. And I just felt like it was important to me to give back to the community, give back to, my mom's here with me today, but they always taught me to give back to the community. And I feel like we give back to the student athletes, the programs that we work with, and it's just an honor to do that. So that was kind of, when that came back, I felt like it had to be, it had to be done.
I love that. And here you are, 5 years later, receiving this achievement honor with your mom here.
That's right.
What does the award mean to you?
So I'm going to sound a little dad jokish when I say this, but nothing can compare to Tony Neely the other night with his picture of his daughter. But I wear 4 rubber band bracelets for my 4 kids that wherever I go, there's a piece of them with me. And it means, you can't spell achievement without team. I know that sounds kind of dad jokish and cheesy, but it's about our team effort. Allie Paquette, who you just saw get a President's Award, and Ben Blakely this year, and there's been some others along the way that I've worked with that I've been very fortunate to call my teammates, call my friends, call my colleagues. And it also goes back to family, too. My mom's here to support. My dad's unfortunately able to be here, but sisters, brothers, the village that we all talk about that we need, it's a huge, huge undertaking and a huge honor to receive this award.
Well, Dane, congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, College Division Achievement Award winner, Dane McKee. Congrats. All right, we're going to go back to the screen for our next award.
The 2025 University Division CSC Achievement Award recipient is in his 29th year in athletic communications at his alma mater and has well over 3 decades of experience in the field. Mike Sheehan, the Associate Director for Strategic Communications at Bowling Green State University, is a 1990 BGSU graduate and also served as a graduate assistant at Kent State, an intern at Michigan State, and an assistant director of communications at the Mid-American Conference before returning to Bowling Green in 1996. He aids in the public relations efforts for Bowling Green's 18-sport department and is the primary contact for the Falcons' men's and women's soccer teams, women's basketball, and softball programs. He has worked with the women's basketball program for 27 of his 28 years at the school, including the 2007 Sweet 16 appearance at the NCAA Championships. 2025 CSC Achievement Award University Division winner, Mike Sheon.
I feel like we're in like future land or something with the video, the music there for a second.
They didn't let me pick my song. I had a long list.
Let's make a note of that. We need to make a note. All right, Mike, congratulations. So many people in this profession make careers at their alma mater. What has it meant for you to be at BGSU for the last 29 years?
You know, everybody thinks their alma mater is the greatest, but mine actually is the greatest. It's been tremendous. I got there freshman in 1986. In my sophomore year, September 16, 1987, I met the person I want to spend the rest of my life with, my lovely wife Stephanie, out there filming, hopefully, in the orange dress. So we both graduated from there. Our daughter went there 30 years later. You know, it's just a great place, and obviously I love what I do, but to do it for a place that's meant so much to me, like, means even more.
Yeah, that's great. Speaking of what this means to you, recognized nationally by your peers. I mean, that's pretty awesome. How does that feel?
You know, it's pretty amazing. People who know me know I could talk a while. I don't want to hear the music to be played off, so I'll try not to. Could happen, but you know, as they mentioned, I went to BG, was a GA, whatever. Somewhere in there, I started. You know, I joined COSIDA. I think as a student at BG, and I would. Every month, you'd get the COSIDA Digest, and I would look through it and read all the names, and then 93, I think it was, somebody can fact-check me, whenever in Atlanta was my first COSIDA, and I got there, and I was amazed to see some of these people when you read the award list. You see them in the hallway, like, he or she just like a normal person. They'll talk to you if you talk to them. They're like actual awesome human beings, and I think that's, you know, the real eye-opener when I was able to come here for the first time was just the reaffirmation that there are the people know what you do and kind of know what your day is like every day through the year, what you go through. Didn't matter if, you know, I was a first-year grad assistant at my first COSIDA. You know, I could go up to a 35-year COSIDA legend and just start talking. You know, somebody said the other night the sessions are great, but the sessions in the hallway are sometimes just as valuable, and I think that's just to know that that group or someone in that group thought enough to consider me for anything and to be mentioned with all the other people who have been up here today is just mind-boggling to me and just amazing.
Well, speaking of an awesome human being walking the halls, congratulations to you, Mike Sheon.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. I think we all know the drill by now, but we are going to turn our attention back to the screen because we're going to be introduced to our Rising Star Awards.
The Rising Star Awards are presented annually to CSC members in both the university and college divisions with 10 years of service or less at their institution, conference office, or intercollegiate athletics affiliated association, and whose service, dedication, energy, and enthusiasm to the profession make them a rising star in athletics communications. This year's College Division Rising Stars continue the tradition of groundbreaking female leaders from the profession's NAIA ranks. Alicia Alexander of Lewis Clark State College is in her 8th year in the profession and her 7th at Lewis Clark, where she serves as Assistant Athletic Director and Senior Women's Leader. She currently serves as a member of the NAIA SIDA Board of Directors as First Vice President. She's in line to become the organization's president in 2027. In 2023, she became the first female to be named the NAIA Sports Information Director of the Year. She was selected for CSC's inaugural 30 Under 30 class the year prior and was the Cascade Collegiate Conference SID of the Year in 2021 and again in 2023. She has also been a finalist for the AVCA Grant Berger Media Award, and she has made numerous advancements to her institution's social media and streaming efforts. In her 9th year in the athletic communications profession, Katie Green serves as Senior Manager of Athletic Communications and Media at the NAIA National Office. A member of the NAIA communications staff since 2017, she's the primary communications contact for 12 sports, coordinating all media and streaming for the respective national championships. She is also the liaison to the NAIA's National Administrative Council, coordinating all raters and voters for the NAIA Player of the Week program and assisting with other awards efforts. Her career includes previous stops at her alma mater, Missouri Baptist University, and the University of Louisiana Monroe. 2025 CSC College Division Rising Stars, Alicia Alexander and Katie Green.
Alicia, I love that this is the question. You identify as a noted baseball nerd, and as the department head at Lewis Clark State, you work heavily with NAIA Baseball World Series. For many, ton of work, but that is your favorite week of the year. What makes it so special?
It's my favorite, but also probably the most difficult. And saying a week is generous, because really we start meetings in September, October, and I'm a one-person shop, so going into the World Series is always a lot. But once it all comes together in that week of games, and you see a dog pile on the field, and for me, it hasn't been my team yet, but they're out there, so sometimes I'm pulling double duty with covering my team and the World Series. But to be a part of stories like my first World Series, Tennessee Wesleyan won that one. They had a little boy with them named Nealon who was battling cancer, and they won. And he goes running out into the field. And seeing that story come together and to be a part of that was incredible. And this past year, LSU Shreveport went 59-0 for the first time ever. To have a team be undefeated, to be a part of that story as well. It's just really rewarding to know that even though my team's on it, I get to be a part of someone's success year in and year out.
That's great. Katie, you spent the bulk of your career at the national office, but have spent time at an institution. What are the differences between the two, and what makes working in the national office so unique and special for you?
So obviously there's a lot of differences between the two in various different ways, but like the core job is the same. But one of the things that is kind of the biggest difference is you don't get that immediate student-athlete reaction. You're not working directly with them all the time, but the context that I've put it in is that I'm able to be an influencer to the influencers. So I'm working with SIDs and various administrators across the country, helping them be successful and support their student athletes, which is a really special thing. Even though you don't have that direct contact with them, you're still a part of that experience.
That's well said, well said. You both represent NAIA and join Cindy Potter, who was inducted into the CSC Hall of Fame on Monday. That makes 3 women from NAIA being honored this week. What makes the NAIA such a special place that talent like yourselves can develop and grow?
First of all, hi, Cindy. Katie and I both want to be you when we grow up. The NAIA, I can't express how much I love the NAIA. It's just such a special place. I remember I started at LC State when I was 23 years old, and you know, there was a little bit of stage fright, especially with my first World Series. I remember sitting next to Brad in the press box, and you know, apparently I was doing a good job, and Brad goes, you know, you should join the NAIA SIDA board. You should get on a committee, and you should join the board. And here we are, you know, 7 years later, and somehow he talked me into doing that. And I don't think I'm where I'm at in my career today if it's not for the NAIA. everybody who's on the board in my conference. Just, it's a big, giant family, and being able to ask anybody at any time of day a question, dumb or not, because I have learned that there are dumb questions, and I've asked many of them, they're going to answer it no matter what. So I found a home in the NAIA, and it's my dream job.
Katie?
Yeah, so I didn't know what the NAI was until I went to school at an NAI school and went out of the NAI and came back, and it was just super refreshing to be back in the NAI. I have to say, like, I'm extremely honored to stand here next to Alicia. Both of us receiving this award, we've both become really close and grown close together over the last year. In multiple different ways. And, you know, Cindy was kind of a trailblazer for me that I didn't even realize it at the time. We worked in the conference together, and she made it normal to be a woman in athletic communications. So I expanded outside of the conference and realized, oh, hey, this isn't as normal. And it's my first few CSCs. We were a couple of the only women in the NAI side of boardrooms. And so to see that growth in the NAI with, you know, now last year, I know we had about 15 women that we, you know, were able to kind of be excited for that were just in the room at that point in time. So seeing some of that growth and being a part of that is huge.
Alicia and Katie, congratulations. Let's give them a round of applause. Congrats. Once again, we'll turn our attention to the screen for our Rising Star Awards for the University Division.
The University Division Rising Stars for 2025 are Danny Garillo of Davidson College and Keontae Herrera of Louisiana State University. Recently promoted to Assistant AD for Operations at Davidson College, Garillo has quickly established herself as one of CSC's top advocates for the next generation of athletic communications and creative professionals. Now, in her 5th year at Davidson and 8th in college athletics administration, she previously served as a graduate assistant at Concordia, Chicago, and as an assistant SID at Union College in New York. An active member of CSC's Young Professionals Committee, Garillo chaired the committee from 2022 to 2024 and helped make the CSC 30 Under 30 program a reality. She was honored as part of its inaugural class in 2022. Garillo also serves as the new media director of the Academic All-America Core Program since 2021 and is an active participant in CSC's mentorship program. In his 9th season of the profession, Herrera serves as Assistant Communications Director at LSU, and in the coming year will transition from Vice Chair to Chair of CSC's Career Services Committee, helping professionals find jobs and develop in the profession. He is part of the team creating and producing the CSC Monthly Install and serves as a member of the CSC U Committee. A leader of BC SIDA, Herrera also serves on the Minority Opportunities Athletic Association, MOA, Awards Committee. Prior to LSU, his stops include Texas A&M Kingsville, St. Edward's University, and Texas State University. 2025 CSC University Division Rising Stars, Danny Garillo and Keontae Herrera.
All right, I'm going to start with Danny Garillo because I don't think I nailed it the first time you were up here.
Happens all the time.
I know, but as somebody who has the last name Yacola, I try to be better than that.
Thank you.
So thank you for that grace. You definitely meet the criteria of a rising star, and since 2020, you have risen from Assistant Director of Athletic Communications at Davidson to Associate Director to Director of Creative Services, and now Assistant Athletic Director for Operations. It's a lot of business cards you've gone through, a lot.
I have none for this week.
Talk about, other than the business cards, the opportunities you've had and how you have been able to move up the ranks so quickly.
Yeah, I've been incredibly lucky in my time at Davidson College to work for an administration that has poured into me from the day I showed up on that campus. They've really invested in my professional development and leadership development. And through those opportunities, I feel like I've been able to recognize an opportunity when it's been in front of me. And the last time I was at convention in Orlando 2 years ago, I heard someone say that no one is going to hand you your dream job. And that has stuck with me ever since, that, you know, I learned how to advocate for myself and find a way to be in the rooms that I want to be in while I've been at Davidson College.
Some sage advice from a rising star. Well said. Keontae, before I start, like, the two kids over there are adorable.
Thank you.
I mean, adorable. You've been in the profession for 9 years. You've gained a broad range of experience across the board. Tell us what it means to you to be a Rising Star Award winner.
You know, it's really special. It means a lot. I mean, I thank God. I thank my peers for, you know, honoring me in this. Obviously, a lot of us know that this is a very thankless job. So to be recognized, it means a lot. And it really means a lot for my family to see this. My wife, Priscilla, my kids, Malachi, Adiela, and my mom, Sharita. They do so much to sacrifice, and I thank you guys for sharing me with the industry and allowing me to do what I really love to do.
Both of you are heavily involved in CSC committee work. Keontae with Career Services and Danny with Young Professionals and Academic All-America. What drew you to your particular committees, and what has it meant to you professionally? Go ahead, Keontae.
So my first convention was 10 years ago, 2015, right here in Orlando. And I didn't know much about the industry at all. I didn't have even a GA or internship or anything. But I knew I wanted to be here, so I figured the best thing to go to would be the Job Seekers Committee. And since, you know, just through the work in that committee, which has now been rebranded to Career Services, I really learned that I have a passion for mentoring the students on campus and just getting their start in a career, as well as mentoring younger professionals in the industry.
Danny?
Yeah, I think back in 2020, I was really lucky to have two strong women who led the Young Professionals Committee and then also the new media branch of the Academic All-America Committee. So Olivia Coiro at Syracuse and Nicole Watkins, who was formerly at University of Chicago, both looked at me and said, hey, is this something you think you would be interested in? And I was looking for a job at the time and then had just started at Davidson and was like, why not? Let's get involved in CSC. And I think the really cool thing about the Young Professionals Committee is when I joined, we were sort of rebels without a cause. We would just get on these calls and say, okay, what's up, what's new? And over the last 5 years, the way that our committee has evolved and does really meaningful work for CSC now is something I'm really proud of, and it's really important to me. And the Academic All-America Committee, it's such an important program for CSC, and I'm so proud of the work that that entire committee does for those student athletes. And it's been really cool to work with Bo and get to know Bo through this process. You're one of the best teammates I've ever had, and I've learned so much from you over the last couple of years, so I can't thank you enough.
Danny, Keontae, congratulations. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right, as we near the conclusion of our special awards luncheon, I'd like to say that it has again been an absolute pleasure to get to be a small part of today's awards ceremony honoring such wonderful people. I want to say thanks again to the CSC staff for everything that they do, not just here at the convention, but 365 days. And of course, the board who tirelessly works on all of these incredible programs for everybody in this room. It is now my pleasure to welcome CSC Executive Director Jason Yeaman.
Thank you, Amy. It's been a pleasure and just amazing today. First off, I'd like to congratulate all the award winners here this afternoon. I think when you look at the variety of categories and just such the diverse amount of awards and all the respective responsibilities. I just think it speaks to the depth and the talent within this organization. It shines a light on the strength of the present, but also illustrates the bright future ahead for CSC. So again, congratulations, number one, to all the award winners today. Next up, just a couple of quick thank yous from me. A thank you to all our various sponsors who joined us here this week, providing products, services for all of us as we try and navigate the crazy landscape that is college athletics. So again, thank you to them. If you participated as a panelist, moderator, if you're a part of like the programming committee, please stand up. And if you would, thank you. Yes, please recognize all these individuals. We are so appreciative of all of you giving of your time outside of your normal traditional duties to share your expertise and your knowledge kind of with all of us here over these couple days. Next up, a thank you, as Amy mentioned, to the CSC staff as well as the content team, everything they've been doing this week. But this event doesn't just happen overnight. It doesn't just pop up on the calendar. It is months and months of planning, scheduling, meetings, logistics. I've had a bit of a front row seat for that the past couple months. So again, for the staff, all of our content folks, everybody, great job this week, and thank you. Specifically, Barb, it's only been 3 months, but you have given me about 3 years education on CSC, the background, the history, and I thank you for that, and I'm looking forward. I've got six more weeks to get more out of that. I know thank you doesn't cover it, so in that 6 weeks, I'll have something more profound for you. But thank you so much for what you do, and congratulations on today. A quick thank you to the folks down in front, the board of directors who have helped kind of given me an education into this relationship between executive director, staff, and the board. I've enjoyed getting to know each of you these past couple months and looking forward to continuing that relationship in the future. The man over to my right, Mr. Kevin Trainer. I didn't know Kevin at all, despite being in college athletics, you know, my entire career. Never really had the chance to meet or work with Kevin, but I want to thank you. You know, you've been a huge resource for me these first couple months as I've learned on the job. My only regret is that we really kind of got to do this for 3 months. So shame on you for that slow search, my guy. Yeah. And then finally, just for me, Mary Beth, congratulations, and I'm certainly looking forward to working with you in your position this coming year. That's it for me. Again, thank you everyone for being here. Looking forward to seeing all of you next year in Las Vegas. With that, I'll turn it back over to Kevin.
Thank you, Jason. Hello again. It's great to be back with you. My first convention was in 1994, and Steve Fink informed me that that's apparently when I turned in my headshot. So we're going to work that in. Thank you, Steve. Real friends are truthful with each other, so I appreciate that. That was a tribute to Coach Frank Broyles. I didn't change it in 30 years, so I need to do that. At this time, I'd like to thank the outgoing members of the Executive Board of Directors for their service to our organization. He was up here earlier. Much like Jason and I developed a relationship through CSC, John Paquette was a legend in our business, but I did not have the pleasure to know John the last several years. Serving with him on the board, I certainly have gotten to know and love him and appreciate him as a dear friend. One of the proudest moments I had this year, I shared this with the staff and the board this morning, was seeing the great devotion and affection for John at the Big East basketball tournament the past year. So please help me in thanking our past president, John Paquette. John, please stand. I'd also like to welcome our newest board members for 25-26, which is really a play on words because they're coming back. Right? So previously, the college division representative, Illinois Wesleyan's Katie Gonzalez, has been elected to the third vice president role. Katie was gracious to take our call when a opening was on the board this year to serve 1 year. She came in, she did a wonderful job. She has done an incredible job with the Academic All-America Committee. Katie, welcome back as the third vice president for the coming year. Katie? And finally, we mentioned earlier Katie Mucci, who is also a President's Award winner. Katie's travel schedule prevented her from being here today, but I want to thank Katie for all of her work, and we look forward to having her back as a member of the Board of Directors moving forward. I would now like to read the list of executive decisions and pardons that I've issued in the last 24 hours. I'll be honest, I was a little concerned about this going to the past president. Then John Paquette explained to me that past can be spelled in two ways, not just P-A-S-S-E-D, but P-A-S-T. So I was relieved, and I look forward to being with you for many years to come. I do want to thank the executive board, the staff, the weak staff, and I do want our advisory council to stand. They are an important part of what we do. If you're on the advisory council, please stand and be recognized. As we come to the end of my tenure here as CSC president, we've done many things together over the past year, in the past few years. Our members have made this organization stronger than ever. In fact, CSC is bigger, stronger, and more diverse than ever before. We're all keenly aware of the challenges we are facing, not just in sports communications, but in the enterprise of college sports. But no one, absolutely no one, is better equipped to face these challenges than sports communicators. At heart, we are problem solvers, and our time to step forward is now. And as I prepare to pass the gavel, I want to thank each of you for allowing me the honor to serve as your president. It truly has been an honor to serve you and to serve CSC, and I look forward to continuing to serve CSC in the days and years ahead. Several people ask me, I represent not only CSC, but the University of Arkansas, getting ready to go to the College World Series after this luncheon is done. And they said, Kevin, are you going to call the Hogs? So no, I'm not going to do that today. I will say we did it the other night, but I won't say where. But I won't ask you to call the Hogs, but here's what I'll call you to do. Stay involved. Invest in the next generation. There were so many mentors that invested in me. We need you now more than ever. We just saw some amazing young people on this stage earlier this afternoon. They're the future of CSC, but each of you are important. Our membership is larger, as I mentioned ever before, but your worth in this organization is crucial. Get involved. Be on a committee. There's so many ways to be part of the leadership. We need you, whether you're Division I, II, or III, NAIA, two-year college, or from our Canadian institutions. We need you and your perspective. And now, speaking of representing from our constituencies, I now have the pleasure in a moment to pass the gavel to your 25-26 CSC president. She's already been up here before today, but Mary Beth Challoner of the University of Toronto has been a true trailblazer in our business and our organization. She's done outstanding work as a board member, committee member, and advocate for CSC. To me, she's been a tremendous resource and confidant in my year as president. Those who know Mary Beth know she is a caring colleague and a gracious friend. And today, as the father of a young woman that is in this business for the first time, it is not lost on me the significance of what we are about to see. As we welcome the 7th female president in our history and the first CSC president representing our friendly neighbors to the north, our Canadian membership. So please welcome your 2025-26 CSC President, Mary Beth Challoner.
Alrighty. We wouldn't be good friendly neighbors to the north if we didn't come bearing gifts. So, as is tradition in a lot of places when leaders come together from other countries, we bring gifts to the host. So at this time, I would ask one of my Canadian colleagues to come up and present Kevin with a little gift of things, all things Canadian. So we have his favorite Canadian red wine. We have some true maple syrup. We have the ketchup chips and the all dressed chips, and some good Canadian chocolate that you can't find down here. So from the first VP to the president, who will become the past president, I can't thank this man enough for what he's meant to me over the last few years. He has been a true leader, a true human, and a true mentor as I move into this space. So I would like everybody to give a round of applause to the outgoing president, Mr. Kevin Trainer. Good afternoon. There were a number of ways I initially considered addressing you today. However, in full transparency, those thoughts have shifted many times since January, much like the world we find ourselves navigating. The climate is changing, both scientific and global. Our personal and professional lives are evolving. Technology is advancing at an unprecedented pace. And the nature of our work, indeed, the entire landscape of college athletics has undergone a profound transformation. And yet, despite all the changes, one constant remains: my deep gratitude for the opportunity to be here today and to share in this experience with you all. I wanted to take a few minutes to recognize a few individuals, so if you would just indulge me. Barb Cowell and Shelley Poe, the first women I met 18 years ago at my very first FAME meeting in San Diego, now known as Women of CSC. I walked into that room with wide eyes and an open mind and left completely inspired. It was that same meeting I had a chance to meet the legendary Pat Summitt, who kindly gave of her time and essence. From that moment on, I was all in. I was committed, and I haven't stopped soaking it in since. To Shelley, June, Tammy, Judy, Cindy, and Jess, thank you for forging the way. Thank you for leading with strength, integrity, and heart. You've created space for women to grow, to lead, and to thrive in this industry, and I can only hope to continue to light the path forward. I also wanted to extend a heartfelt thanks to two men who gave me a little nudge when I needed it most, who picked up the phone and encouraged me to step up. Herb Vincent and Kevin Trainer. Thank you for not only being allies and champions, but also for becoming great friends and chosen family. You got me to the start line and reminded me that I had what it took to run. And finally, to my family, my foundation. To my sister Amy, thank you for being here with me this week. And to my sister Katie, who is showing up and standing tall on the picket lines back home, your love and unwavering support means the world. To my nephews Cole, Ronan, and Elliot, who now challenge my sports information credentials daily. And to my nieces, Sierra, Tegan, and Morgan. Auntie has done her very best to follow in the footsteps of your incredible grandmother. I hope I have shown you that you are capable of greatness, that no dream is too big, and that there are no limits on what you can achieve. With all of that essence and experience, is now my turn to pay it forward, and it is a distinct honor to serve as your president. And it is especially meaningful to do so as the first representative from a Canadian institution to hold this role. CSC has grown into 4,700 plus member association representing strategic, creative, and digital communications professionals across intercollegiate athletics in both the United States and Canada. This community is as diverse as the institutions we serve, yet united by shared commitment to our craft, our student athletes, and one another. Naturally, there are some distinctions between our two countries. Yes, Canadians spell labor, neighbor, and color with a U. We refer to grade 1 rather than first grade. We say A and sorry more often than we probably need to. Our ketchup tastes different, and the distinction between college and university in Canada is more than just semantics. We have just one MLB team, one NBA team, and a soon-to-be WNBA franchise. Our intercollegiate athletics fall under the governance of U Sports, not NCAA, and our political leader is a prime minister, not a president. But while the cultural differences are often noted with good humor, what I have found through this role and in this community is how much more we have in common. We are, above all else, united by purpose. We are bound together not by geography, but by our values of service, integrity, creativity, and care. College athletics communicators do more than tell stories. We preserve legacies. We give voice to programs, to student athletes, and institutions. We bridge generations and platforms. And we do it all while navigating ongoing shifts of technology, expectations, and resources. To me, this community feels like a fabric woven together with countless threads of experience, expertise, and heart. And it is those threads, your threads, that keep this fabric strong and keep us resilient, that help us hold everything together from every angle. As we move forward into another season of change, let us not forget the strength we find in our community. Let us continue to support one another, learn from one another, celebrate both the differences and the many things we share. Because whether you are from Toronto or Tallahassee, from D3 or a Power 4, you are a part of this fabric, and it holds because of you. Because of your willingness to share, collaborate, and innovate. These are the qualities that will carry CSC and our entire field forward. So as I conclude, allow me once again to express my appreciation. Thank you for your time, your presence, and your unwavering commitment to this work and to one another. It is an extreme honor to stand here today as your president, and it will forever be a privilege to be a part of this community. Together, we will continue to support each other and our profession through whatever changes come next. Thank you very much.